Hello, it is your girl Vimbo. I'm back with another Wednesday word. And the word for this week is staycation. So stay tuned for more about how to plan a really fun staycation for you and your loved ones. Hi, it's me again. And in case you're new here, every Wednesday I release a new Wednesday word. And typically it's about self care, friendship, taking care of yourself, and honestly just trying to put some positivity out into the world in these crazy times, y'all, because it's been a crazy year, I feel like at least. So the word of this week is very exciting to me because I was having a conversation with someone the other day and I was like, I want to make a video about staycations. And they're like, isn't staycations when you like stay at your house? And I was like, no, a staycation is like a local trip. And I have Google and the dictionary on my side. So according to the internet, the interwebs, a staycation is really actually a vacation in your home country. Now, I am going to use a little bit more limited of a definition because I want to share how you could achieve a staycation. It could be in your home country, yes, but my more narrow definition is a staycation, or at least an affordable one, is a vacation that you can drive to. So it's within driving distance. You define driving distance. For me, that is hopefully under 4 hours or less. A place that I can get to without having to hop on a plane. Doesn't mean if something's 5 hours away, I won't drive to it. It's just saying that's my radius. So for the purpose of this video, I'm defining a staycation as something you could easily, a place, a getaway you could easily make within a day's drive. And you could go there, you could stay overnight, or you could just go for the day and then return home. So on today's video, I want to share about a recent staycation I took with my husband to Ocean City, Maryland. If you are familiar with the greater DMV, you know that obviously there's DC, there's Baltimore. We have a few other large cities like Annapolis, and there's just a lot of really great cities. Richmond is into Virginia, but I really wanted to get away. However, I have to give a little bit of context to all of this. I knew I wanted to get away. I knew I wanted to go somewhere fun with my husband. I also honestly have actually been traveling a lot this year. And if I'm going to be honest, I was a little burned out from travel because it's all fun and games at first. It really is, until you're like, man, when you travel so much, you can't necessarily establish a workout routine. And obviously, like, these are all hashtag first world problems. I'm not at all complaining about the blessed life that I get to live. I'm just being honest as a human and saying I was honestly tired of packing another suitcase and getting on a plane. So my husband and I knew he had a long weekend coming up for work, and my work is flexible, so I can take it with me. And so we decided, hey, we're going to get out of town and go on a little mini vacation. But obviously, we didn't want to, well, I'm saying obviously, like y'all are in our checkbooks, but it's obvious to me we didn't want to spend a lot of money because we were trying to be economical and not break the bank. And so what I really love about the concept of a staycation is that you can find a way to do it affordably, and I'm going to give you those 3 tips for how to do that and how to plan a really great staycation that you also can enjoy, and share a little bit about our staycation. So the first thing is, with a staycation, I think you should start and lead with your intentions in mind. So, why do you want the staycation? Why do you want to get away or do something fun? And also, like, what do you enjoy doing? So, let me give a perfect example. I really just wanted to have a chance to go do something fun with my husband. That was the basic point of our staycation. And you could do this with a friend. If you have children, you could do this with your kids. You can all sit down and just say, hey, what is something that we as a family need? Maybe you just need an opportunity to go and have some laughs together. Maybe you need to be in a setting that isn't home so that you don't have the stresses of doing the dishes and things like that. And if you're honestly the person who takes care of a lot of the household stuff, maybe you just need to get away from the vacuum, right? Like, just you determine, you get to decide. Maybe if it's a group of friends, you're just like, hey, we haven't seen each other for a while. Let's go on a weekend away, right? You determine the purpose of your trip, because that can also determine where you go. So for us, it was just, we want to get away. We go on date nights every week, but we wanted to do something a little bit more special. And also, I want you to remember this when you're planning your staycation. You don't have to compromise on what it is you like. Well, at least we didn't. So I love being on the beach. I lived in Florida for many years. I love the sun. I love sunshine. Even though we're getting into the fall right now, we have had beautiful weather on the East Coast. And so I knew immediately if we were planning a staycation, I still wanted to find a beach, whether it was Virginia Beach, whether it was go down to one of the Carolinas, even though because of the recent storms, I knew that probably wasn't a possibility. So we started looking in this area, what could accomplish that goal. And the goal was very simple: to get away and just relax. So that set the bar low, but you get to decide your goal. That's my first advice with planning a staycation, is decide your goal. My second advice would be to decide your budget very early on, because if you only want to spend a few $100s, and let's say keep it between the $100 and $500 range, then maybe your staycation is you staying physically at your house and just becoming a tourist in your own town. If you live in a big city, this is a great option. We live in the DC metropolitan area, and so there is no way, even just on a weekend or a week or even in a month, that we could try every restaurant, go to every museum, see every show that my husband and I are actually even interested in, let alone the ones we're not interested in. So I would say, for my second tip, start with your budget so that you can work from there. And if you end up even just having to be a tourist in your own town, I'm sure there's still a lot of stuff you can find to do. I mean, I grew up in a small Midwestern town, and even then, there's still a lot of stuff now as an adult. I'm like, oh man, I never went and visited here, or, I never did that. So all that to say, start with your budget and let that be your guide. If you're willing to spend up to $1,000, then maybe, going somewhere and having an overnight at a hotel, a night or two, is within your budget. But that is really what dictates how you plan, okay? The third thing I would say is, and this comes down to your style of vacationing, but I would say don't over plan, but definitely have a list of options of things you would like to do, and probably prioritize. If there's maybe number one thing you'd like to do, then put that at the top of your list. So for us, and I'm going to share some footage, I really wanted us to have a relaxing getaway. So I will share something we actually did at the resort that for me was very important, because like I said, it goes back to tip number one. The purpose of the trip was for us to get away and relax. For other people, it might be, hey, we want to do something adventurous. So I know where we went, they had water sports, they had jet skiing, they had zip lining. We didn't do those things, but if that is within your purpose, you can include that in your staycation trip. So now I'm going to share a little bit about what we actually did on our trip, some of the things we enjoyed. If you're interested in going to Ocean City, Maryland, I would definitely recommend it as a very affordable, relatively speaking, vacation spot. I think there's lots of family-friendly stuff to do. And David and I spent different days doing different things. And so now I'm just going to share with you guys some clips of our time in Ocean City and some of the things that we enjoyed. So this is a picture of us outside of the resort that we stayed at. I would highly recommend this resort. It was very affordable, at least when we went. And we had access to the beach right out of the back of the hotel. We could walk along the beach, and it was also within walking distance of a couple places where we went for breakfast in the morning. The beach itself was really cool, and that's what this is, a video of me walking along the beach and enjoying just the shoreline. The weekend we were there, they were actually having a car show in Ocean City, but you may go another weekend and they might be doing something else. So it seems like there are always events there. Also, we decided to get couples massages, and this is me in the room where we got our couples massages done. And the room, as you can tell, was very cozy, really cute. We really enjoyed ourselves, and that was really fulfilling our mission of relaxing on our vacation. Finally, we just decided to do things that we just don't normally do here, which included going mini golfing, which, yeah, that might seem like, well, we could totally do that in DC. But guess what? We just wanted to do something that we actually enjoy doing. And we have a nice little bit of friendly competition between my husband and myself. Finally, on the last morning, because my husband is a sucker for sunsets, we did wake up early to watch the sunrise. And even though it was cloudy, it was still a really beautiful end to our trip. So if you found this video helpful, please make sure to like the video and also subscribe. And also, honestly, guys, I love when people suggest video ideas, so feel free to comment below with any videos you'd like to see in my Wednesday Words, anything to do with friendship. I do love travel, self-care, education, like my videos on Sundays, my teacher talk, but I'd love to hear from you guys and just build this community here on YouTube. As always, I hope that this video sprinkled a little bit of sunshine in your life, but even more so, I hope that you go on and sprinkle some sunshine in someone else's life. Bye for now.